My journey of building two AI-powered language learning apps, being 86 years young. Hello, I'm Dr. Arkady Silberman. When I was 86 years young, I made a decision that surprised everyone around me, including myself. Instead of settling into retirement, I decided to dive headfirst into the world of artificial intelligence and the development of web applications that will allow anybody to develop language fluency using my patented method of subconscious training. I didn't set out to prove anything to anyone, but in the end, I proved something important, that age has absolutely nothing to do with your ability to innovate and create. What sparked this unexpected journey? I had identified a fundamental problem in language education, one that had been bothering me for decades. I watched traditional teaching methods fail students repeatedly. Rote memorization, passive lectures, and these textbooks. None of these approaches help learners to develop fluency and the ability to think in their target language. Even worse, I noticed that the term fluency had become entirely meaningless. Everyone used this word, but nobody could define it measurably. And when AI systems enter the education space, they often carried the same old biases and limitations. So I did what I believe every educator should do when faced with a broken system. I decided to fix it myself. I started by redefining what fluency means. To me, true fluency is not about perfect grammar or having a vast vocabulary. It means you can produce at least 2 words per second when speaking on any topic without mentally translating from your native language or searching desperately for the right words. You're thinking directly in the target language. Here comes the question. Do we think in a language? After years of research, I was surprised to discover that we think in the language of thoughts that we develop during our experience. In our native language, words are stored in implicit memory as labels associated with symbols or feelings that constitute our language of thoughts. They appear automatically on the tip of the tongue when we decide to verbalize our thoughts. It creates the illusion that we think in our native language. This new knowledge requires us to redefine what learning of a foreign language is. Learning and speaking a foreign language fluently occurs when the known symbols of the language of thoughts are wired directly to the unknown words in the target language without cross translation. It could be achieved using a new pedagogy of implicit subconscious training, which simultaneously develops all language skills. This is not just an abstract concept. It is practical, measurable benchmark that we can work with. The first tool I created is named Flow Speech Fluency Testing. This app takes my definition of fluency and makes it tangible and measurable. Here's how it works. You upload your content or a lesson, and Flow Speech Fluency Testing creates a custom dictionary from that material. Then it randomly chooses 20 words for you to speak automatically for about 20 seconds based on the experience ignited by the displayed word. The application records your voice, transcribes what you say in real time, and measures speaking speed in words per minute. The other option is to use the standard dictionary of 3,000 common words in the target language. You get instant feedback, CEFR level assessments, and personalized vocabulary recommendations. It is a fluency assessment that's accurate, accessible, and completely adaptable to your learning needs. The second platform I created is called AnyLingo, and this one tackles the broader challenge of language learning itself. AnyLingo leverages AI, subconscious training, and guided self-learning to promote fluency. It's focused on implicit memory and simultaneous reading, listening, and speaking, mimics how we master our native language. Personalized, emotionally charged lessons further enhance engagement and retention. Unlike traditional methods, AnyLingo avoids corrective feedback and gamification as these disrupt the implicit learning process. Instead, AnyLingo uses simultaneous reading, listening, and speaking to activate subconscious training and build implicit memory for fluent speech. AnyLingo tracks active vocabulary and fluency within each lesson, aiming to provide a reliable assessment of the learner's communication skills upon completion of the course. What makes this special is that it creates a truly holistic learning environment. Listening, reading, speaking, and writing are not treated as separate skills. They work together seamlessly. And most importantly, learners can control their progress instead of being passive recipients of information or instruction. Throughout this process, I worked closely with Manus AI, and I learned something vital about working with artificial intelligence. If you want AI to genuinely help you, you must communicate with complete clarity. I use simple, precise sentences in my technical specifications, no fuzzy definitions, no ambiguity, no room for misinterpretation. And when I challenge models or fundamental questions about learning, like explaining why explicit and implicit learning cannot happen simultaneously, it listened and adapted its approach. That collaborative flexibility was remarkable. We have millions of language learners around the world who are still struggling with outdated methods. Simply digitizing old approaches is not enough. We need a complete reimagination of how learning works. That's precisely what flow speech fluency testing and AnyLingo offer: genuine innovation that's rooted in solving real problems that real people face every day. So, yes, I built two comprehensive web applications when I was 86 years young. Not because I had any background in programming or web development, but because I had decades of experience understanding what was not working in education, and more importantly, I had the determination to build something better, what really works. In this AI revolution we are living through, we need clarity of wisdom, the courage to challenge broken systems, and the willingness to act when we see problems that need solving. Thank you.